Guys, and welcome to another World of Tanks video. Here is my first ever tank review, and today we're doing it on the KV-1. Now, you often see these in KV in Tier 5 battles because it leads up to the very popular one, the KV-1S, which eventually leads to IS, IS3, etc., etc. I actually had an old account that had all those, and they were exceptional tanks. So I'm gonna work for all the KV-1, 2, T-150, etc., etc. I have this just about all the way upgraded. I mean, all I need is that, and I don't really care for radios. But I have all the guns in this and this. So, why don't I have the 85mm F30? Even though it's tier 6, and it's supposed to be better than these. So it fires about 5 rounds a minute. So this has less damage than this. And this one has plenty more. And so yeah, it looks derpy. But for tier 5, it's a great gun. At first I didn't want this gun because of its derpiness. But it's actually a pretty good gun. And the only tier 6 thing that I have is the engine. Which is only compatible with this. Now let's take a look for your stats. 640 hit points. I used to have the T1 Heavy, which had 660, but that's a fair amount of hit points. It's actually, the T1 Heavy was actually 60 tons. This one really isn't made for ramming. I've actually tried ramming a couple things, and it doesn't really work all that well. I mean, it can ram light tanks, some medium tanks, rarely heavy tanks, but it's mostly the glory gun that you want up here. The engine power is 500. You want the upgraded engine, definitely, because if you go with this one, well, this one is the lower one, but this one has a less chance of a fire on impact, so you know it's a better outcome. And then the tracks, you start with tier 4, and it has a small load limit, which actually affects this. Speed limit is 34. It's actually pretty fast for the heavy tanks that I have been with. I mean, it doesn't go extremely fast, but it will do what it'll get you there. Traverse speed, no. It's really not all that good, I wouldn't say, because I like speedy tanks that have fast traverse speed to get the heck out of there. But really, this is a heavy tank, so I guess you could say that's okay. The whole armor, which is, for those of you new to this game, is this big thing here, here, and here. Okay, so for those of you new here, 75 in the front. So that's this big chunk of thing right here, not excluding the turret. This is a turret. Okay, this is a turret, guys, with a gun mounted on it. Okay, okay. But this is the whole armor, which has 75. Now, it has a pretty good sloping. I mean, if you angle it this way, you'll get some bounces unless the player knows what he's doing and is like, pew, shoots you right in the lower glacis, right there. Because that's where you usually penetrate KV-1s. Of course, this changes when you angle your armor, because it can't. The thing about this game is you bounce shots, so pew, pew, and they can track you as much as they want, but you will repair them. And the thing about this is its side armor. It's got this very slim area that's not the tracks, and also this little hole. And that's 75 as the same as front. Although it's not very much angled. You have these little spokes, but it's mainly flat, so this is a pretty easy hit point if you got the penetration. 70 in the back, or the rear, in millimeters. This is definitely not angled all that much, but in the average battles, your top tier, little guns are gonna go pew pew. And it happens to be a lot. Don't get me wrong. Standard shell damage, it really does vary on the gun that you have. If I mounted that one, see the shell damage change. So it really varies on which gun you get. I prefer the 122 millimeter just because of how powerful it is. Because what I do is I often go into TD mode and hide behind rocks, and I even have a camo net on it, but I don't spot in KV-1. So I'm not really a KD. Standard shell penetration, that's actually pretty good for a tier 5 heavy tank, I'd say. As long as it has more of your whole armor than your whole armor. Oh, turret armor, I forgot to do that. 110 in the front, boop. 110 on the sides, basically just 110 all around. So you're not really going to have that much good luck shooting at the KV-1 at the turret unless you shoot there, 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 and occasionally there. Of course, that's for close-up combat, unless you have a really, really accurate gun. And it's not always like that. Rate of fire, 5.6 rounds a minute. We'll make that 5 rounds a minute. That's actually, how many rounds is this one? No, get out. No. Rate of fire, this one has better rate of fire, which is actually really good. But still, I prefer the 122 millimeter. Just because of the alpha damage. Get out. There. The view range. Ugh. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, no. That's not really going to help you. But, then again, with a gun this short, it's not going to be all that accurate. Because, where's the accuracy? You'll have to take a look at this gun. Yeah, it's not all that good of accuracy. But anyway. Signal range, it's only a little bit better than view range. I mean, what the heck. But, I'm okay with this tank. I will definitely sit through it to get to the KV-1S, the KV-2, and the T-150 just to get it. Because once I get the KV-2, I already have the original gun right here. So that'll be a great advantage. But anyways, so in tier 5 battles where you're top tier or maybe second to top tier, you can do a good whooping. Now, I would suggest putting on camo net and maybe if you prefer to have, if you prefer to be a kamikaze dude and ram, you can get the heavy spall limer, but it's extremely expensive. And I just don't ram unless I'm in my T1 heavy. And this is even lighter than the T1 heavy, unless, do I have the, but it's mine's stock suspension, so it's got a better low limit. But anyway, we need to look at this in different perspectives. What if you're all stock? We'll make it that way. Alright, so you got the little Ziz gun. I like to call this box turret. Stock engine. Stock suspension. And this is already stock. This is how your KV-1 looks. The hit points rise when you add something more. I don't really see when it... Alright, but anyway. You're gonna hate this when you first get it. You're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I got the KV-1, the baddest tank in the game." Then you're gonna ride it up a hill. And then you're gonna say, "This thing it's just not going up." And then you're gonna say, "Terrible gun depression." And you know, Russians don't really have that good gun depression. I'll admit, when I first got the KV-1, I don't have a replay of it. Wait, I think I do actually. But I'll see. I was basically going up a hill, a little rock, and a KV-1 looking just like this, all stock. I was there. And but anyway. Oh, sorry. I rolled up the hill. Luckily, I was angled just well that any shot that they took at me, bounce, 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 bounce. I mean, I did eventually end up dying in the game. But, you know, who knows? But, just wouldn't go down so I can shoot the enemy T1 heavy. It just would not go down. It would go down about this much, and he was just far away and just down low that I could not hit him. And he kept on just tracking me, just track, track, bounce, bounce. And I said, why did I deal with the T-28 to get this? But once you upgrade it completely and you get the good suspension, the good engine, the better turret, which, by the way, brings up your hit points, and the top, no, not this gun, I don't like this gun, and this gun, you'll have a glorious time. Anyway, guys, we ran out of time today. If you get a chance to get to KV-1, I would suggest getting it. Remember, I'm on the NAE server. As always, see you later.